Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is King Gio in the house, and I want to say what's up to everybody. But today's video is going to be, I want to make two videos today. This one, and another one on the stimulus, but this one's going to be first. I want to applaud the Republican Party for standing behind Liz Chaney. It took a lot of balls for the Republican Party to do what it did. This is the Republican senator, the second most highest in the Senate. I think second or third. I think the third, whatever. But it's the most powerful woman in the Senate as far as in the Republican Party, and she voted to impeach Donald Trump. And there was a lot of Trumpers who said this lady has to go. And she was not a follower; she was a leader. And today, they voted 142 against 65 or something like that to keep her in power. And I got to give the Republican Party credit for that, because those 62 or 63 people or 65 that voted against it, voted to remove her, those are wussies. Because we all know, anyone who has a mind of their own and can think for themselves knows that what Donald Trump did with the White House, not the White House, Capitol, was an insurrection. We all know that a lot of people, people are so small-minded that they actually think that Donald Trump or anyone has to say word for word, go into the Capitol or go to XY place and do something real bad. That he has to actually say those words in order for people to do what they did on January 6th. And what people fail to realize is that he doesn't have to say that. You don't have to say, go down Capitol Hill and I want you to storm the building and I want you to petrify the living crap out of the house and everyone that's in there. You don't have to say that. You can say that with little words, with little innuendos, and people will catch on. People who would say, this is what Donald Trump meant to say, or this is what he's trying to say. Okay? This man could have chosen any day to do his rally. He could have chosen any day, but he chose to do that day. He chose to tell the people, we have to fight, you have to fight, or else there's nothing to fight for. Lord is saying that takes away his freedom of speech. No, it does not. That it violates his freedom of speech. No, he spoke. All right. When they said that he was trying to appease the people because they wanted that they were trying, the Democrats are trying to take away your Second Amendment rights. And people don't understand one thing though, and I want to please take a history class or please take a constitutional class. No president, whether governor, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, can take away your Second Amendment right. That is a given right by our forefathers. That's in the Constitution of the United States of America. And for that to be taken away, that has to go through a legal process in Congress. Only Congress can take that away. Only Congress can take that away. All right? So the president said, I'm going to take away your Second Amendment rights. That's not true. All right? If you believe these morons, QAnon and other conspiracy theorist group, they tell you that, don't believe it. Because your constitutional right, not Biden, not Trump, not Clinton, not Barack, not Bush, not Ronald Reagan was president, not no one is able to take that away from you, because that is your constitutional right. It's the same way as freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom to bail. You have the right to bail. You have the right a speedy trial. You have the Fifth Amendment. Those are things that they cannot take away from you. So don't believe that they're trying to take away Second Amendment right, because that cannot happen. That cannot happen. There are certain things that can be done to not to take away your right, to make sure that the adequate people or the correct people, might as well say, could bear arms. You don't want a nut running around carrying a gun. So you do believe in background checks. You do believe this. You don't want, I mean, anyone who owns a gun will tell you have a right to own a gun, but you want a responsible person to own a gun. You don't want an irresponsible person. You don't want that. And it's just, there's no background check. You don't want someone that just came out of an asylum, gets a gun, passes all the tests, and then kills someone when they just came out of the asylum. When those records could have been, I understand, patient privilege, but somehow they could have found something out and they could have said, you know what, this person doesn't belong, can't have a gun. So don't believe all that. Don't believe Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's another nut job. All right, another nut job that says the Parkland shooting was fake. Even though now the Republicans are trying to say, but she said this before she even became senator or whatever it can be. But still, it doesn't matter. People have lost their jobs because actresses and actors and other people have lost their jobs because they said the N-word, even way before they even did the movie or did the show, whatever the case may be. And they lost their job because they said the N-word even before anything started. So, to say that it's okay for her to do it's not okay for what she said, but we're not going to strip her away from her commands because this was done before she even was when she was chosen to be senator. That doesn't matter. People have gone down for less than that. So I just can't believe how people, these Republican people are blinded. But I want to commend the Republican Party. And you know how they did this? They did this on a secret vote. So they did this so this way they don't get lashed out. That's the same way. That's the same way. If you want to impeach Donald Trump, that's the same way the Democrats should do this. They should do this on a secret ballot, on a secret vote. And I guarantee you, if it's in a secret vote, I guarantee you that the Republican Party will vote to impeach Donald Trump. But these people who are with Donald Trump are scared of Donald Trump, are scared of their own political. Come on, man. You're a grown man or woman. Why should you be scared of any political party? This is not a gang. You're a party. So they oust you out. You get thrown out of office. You get voted out. You have a career. You do have an education. You do have a degree. You do have money because you're in Congress. And anyone who threatens the life of anybody in Congress or in high office, whether it's Democrat or Republican, should get arrested. And they don't belong to be in a Republican Party. They don't belong to be in any party, because if I'm in a party, I'm with a Democrat or Republican, and I don't go because I don't vote because of what you think is right, and I think it's something different, and I think something different, that doesn't give you the right to threaten me. It just gives you the right to give your opinion. Hey, King Gio, you were wrong, bro. Okay, fine, accept it. I was wrong. Why they kidding? But not for you to threaten me that you're gonna harm me because I went against what you believed in. That doesn't work that way. You got a lot of sick people who do that. So those people are not supposed to be there. Don't believe everything that you hear. If I speak on something, I try to speak to you in a manner that it's cohesive. I try to speak to you in a manner that that you understand that what I'm trying to tell you is real. Basically, most of the information that I give you is because I've done research on it. And I just don't take one more. I reference each research that I do, and I try to date it as back as far as possible to make sure that what I'm telling you is true. I don't want to get caught with my pants down and say, "Oh, King Gio, what you said is not true." Blah blah blah. I don't want to do that because I don't want to stir no one away from the truth. But I do give a lot of credit to the Republican Party for doing that, for keeping Liz Chaney there on a secret vote, and when they asked her to apologize, she said, "No, I'm not apologizing for anything." She spoke the truth. And whomever doesn't see what Donald Trump did was against our country, then you're wrong, bro. I'm like I said, I'm not a Republican or Democrat, but I can tell when someone does something wrong, and what he did was wrong. Like I said before, he could have chosen any day. And he even said it. If Mike Pence, if you don't do what's right, I'm going to be disappointed in you. And he knew that Mike Pence couldn't do anything. Ted Cruz knew that he couldn't do anything. All right, Haley, one of that guy is from Missouri. He knew that Pence couldn't do anything. Every Republican person, every Republican man or woman who said that this could be overturned in the January 20th when Vice President Mike Pence announced the certification, okay, they knew that he couldn't have done anything but just to stand there and read out what who certified and the objection. He cannot overturn. They knew that, but yet they let you believe that Mike Pence could have done something. Led you to believe to go inside that Capitol building and say, "Where's Mike Pence?" and try to kill that man, because Donald Trump told you, he could do something. Ted Cruz told you he could do something. When the reality is he couldn't have done anything because the Constitution of the United States prohibited him to do so. There's nothing he could have done. So you need to do your research. You need to do a lot of things before you spew things, before you call President Biden a pedophile. Find out, is he really a pedophile? Because one person said, "Oh, look, the way he whispers to a kid's ear or whatever, he gets too close, that makes him a pedophile." Did you not know that this man lost his wife and his daughter in 1972 in a car crash? He lost his son, Bo, a few years back in cancer. You think this man doesn't have sympathy? This man doesn't have empathy? Come on, man. Spewing lies. It's no good. Take your loss, and that's it. Come back in 4 years, come back strong, and who knows, in 4 years, you have a good Republican Party. Because that Republican Party is horrible. Okay? But I'm proud to say that I'm content with what the Republicans did on that vote, which is very, 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 very rare. It shows you that they're trying to go to the right direction. So that's good. It's good in that aspect. They did it on a secret vote, which is great. But guys, women, men, women, don't be scared of your party. Don't be scared to speak your voice. Don't be scared because you might not get elected in 2 years, or you might not get elected in 4 years. Don't be scared that your constituents listen. Don't worry about that. Do what's right. Right? Anyone who threatens you, number one, you shouldn't be in the street. You should be in jail. Anyone who threatens you shouldn't even be in that party. Okay? If you say, "I'm going to do this, I don't like what this person did," don't get scared of what may happen. "Oh, I'm going to get ousted." This is not a mafia. You're acting like it is. But what's the worst that can do? You lose the constituents won't vote for you. That's what you do. You go back to your job. You go back to what you studied. Simple. Is it that hard? Really, is it that hard? You know, in any job that I've been to, I've been very outspoken. I don't let my managers talk down to me. I don't, if I don't like something, I will speak out. And if I lose my job, I'm speaking out. Then fine, I lose my job. But I'm not gonna be with my tail between my legs, because I may fear this may happen. To an certain extent, you can't say that because you have to pay rent, you have to pay this, so you like, if I lose my job here, then I would have to get another job. But the point is that I wouldn't keep my mouth shut. And especially you're a senator, so you got money, so you don't have to worry about it. You're not like the House of Representatives that these young people are starting new, and maybe they might have $20,000, and maybe they might have $20,000 in their bank account. Maybe they don't have $20,000. Maybe they don't have nothing, and they're just starting. They might hold their tongue. They might calm down a little bit because they say to themselves, "I cannot speak because then if I lose my job, where am I going to go? What am I going to do?" They work for that pay. But they are House of Representatives, been there for years. They get paid lovely. You don't have to worry about your paycheck. A true patriotic stands for what he or she believes. You will not follow no man. You will not be led by no man or woman. You can agree, you can disagree, but never be afraid.